Hello everyone, Be in Trouble 31 here. I want to start out by saying thank you to our newest members, My Kentucky Dog. I've seen you around a lot. I'm glad you've joined. Jazz.rn-38. I'm glad you've joined. I really appreciate you guys. I think I need 2 more so I can start giving out memberships. My channel runs solely on donations, so if anyone is able and willing to donate, I would really appreciate it. That is solely what this channel is living off of at this time. If you're able to, please donate. If not, you can help by subscribing and I guess watching my videos to get the watch hours up. And this video is one I didn't think I would have to make. People are back on the internet with the Karen Reed hit John again, so I'm putting out a video to stop that. People's been putting out videos of this picture where you can see the back of Karen's car and John's car. If you look closely right here, that's a big mound of snow. Karen's car has a big mound of snow coming down this side from the top of the spoiler all the way across the window. That snow's about 4, maybe 5 inches deep. The snow on John's car on this corner is probably closer to 6 to 8 inches deep. And I can show you how deep the window snow is on the back of Karen's car because it gets wiped off right here. Look how deep that snow was. See it again. Look how deep that snow is on the back window. And that is also covering that whole taillight. If the taillight was broken or not, it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't be able to tell because it is completely covered in snow. Here's for reference. Look at John's car. Here's the back spoiler on this car that hangs over about 4 inches. The snow all the way down here is probably closer to 6 to 8 inches on his back window alone. One other thing that you don't see very often is where the snow is missing on these 2 parts of John's car. It's always hidden or disguised or something like the blur spots on the taillight. But look at the hood. The hood of John's car has at least 8 inches of snow on it. It's just the way the snow is blowing and it's sticking to certain sides of the car. So it's sticking to the passenger sides. It's sticking to the passenger sides on Karen as well. Karen's car has this big bulge that sticks out around the whole car, or the back of the car for the taillight. Look at that spoiler, how deep that spoiler is. That spoiler's probably 6 inches deep, maybe 8 inches deep. So the whole back of her car and this side is completely covered with snow. So when the cop car pulls up, it's got its dash cam running. And there's the mark you can see in the back bumper of John's car right there, which I'll make another video of that's coming up soon. But here's a big mound of snow. His back window from the other video is completely a big mound of snow about 6 to 8 inches deep. Karen's back window has the big mound of snow on it, at least 4 to 6 inches deep. The taillight is completely covered, just like John's is completely covered. Now, I'll zoom in onto the taillight, and these 2 spots right here you'll start seeing move independent of the camera. It's because the police car is sitting still, but the wind is blowing the police car and the officers are getting in and out, so the car is actually moving. Those black things that you see going past, that's the windshield wipers. So it's not snow that you're seeing dance back and forth on these taillights. It is actually the blur spots that they put there to make it look like the taillight is damaged, which is not possible because the taillight is completely covered in snow. If you just sit there and watch it, you can watch it go back and forth. You'll see them spots moving. The car moves, the spots move. It's no trick. It's not anything on the windshield. It's because there's blur spots to make the taillight appear to be damaged. The farther I zoom in, the more you see it wiggling back and forth. You can see it wiggling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But then we get into the most important part of the whole taillight fiasco. If Karen drove her car anywhere in the snow, it would have deposited water spots with salt and sand, because they use some sand in Massachusetts as well as salt. So it would have had deposits on the inside of it just like this. And there's not any. Just Karen's car alone sitting in John's driveway. When they show the video where you can see the back of Karen and John's car, just her car sitting with the snow collecting on the inside of the taillight, it would have had water spots on the inside of it. This is Karen's car with the salt on the back of it. You can see where the salt is kind of washed off, because remember, her car was covered completely with snow because Karen drove it to her parents' house. And then when the police picked it up, they put it on a tow truck and drove it back during the snowstorm. So her car was completely covered. So this is how much salt was still on it after the snow was running off of it and the water rushing down it. I think we've seen one video where the snow went cascading off the back of her car down the tailgate. But this is the pictures of her car taken by the Canton police, or the state forensics lab. Yeah, because there's that piece of plastic or whatever it is that they said was a hair. It looks more like a piece of synthetic plastic to me, or a thread. It doesn't look like a hair, and I don't think they ever got any conclusive results off of it. But you can see the salt and water spots on the back of her car. This is the back of Karen's car. You can clearly see the salt. The same as this. This is just, it wasn't washed off by the snow falling off of it. But there would have clearly been salt on the inside of it. This is Karen's actual taillight that they used in the trial. That is the biggest thing. They forgot that the light was supposedly busted, and snow would have been inside of it. Salt would have been inside of it. Water spots would have been inside of it. And most likely sand. With the diffusers gone, I've shown all of that. The light wouldn't have gone across. These two lights are busted out. That one's broke. So once one light is broke, they're both broken. So there would have been no lights going across. There would have been no light coming down because the diffuser's broken. Once the diffuser breaks, wherever a crack is in it, the light travels no further. This is what the taillight would have looked like on Karen's car going down his driveway. Just a glow of light from this LED, and then this light from this LED going down this diffuser to where it's broke off. Where that diffuser breaks off at, no more light goes down it. And I broke this one as close as I could to the one the Commonwealth used in evidence. This is a close-up of the water spots on my light that I did. This is just plain water. This was after a rainstorm in the summer. It's just plain water spots. No salt, no nothing. Just plain H2O. When it dries, it leaves little spots. Because when you drive your car in any kind of moisture, those little bitty spots travel up and get sucked to the back of your vehicle because they just swirl around because it's a low pressure zone. One more time, these salt spots on the back of Karen's car. It's pretty obvious. Here is a zoom in on Karen's taillight. Right here's the metal bracket that holds two little bitty LEDs that are red. This LED is broken, which means this light, this LED, the two LEDs down here in the corner would not work. Now here's my video where I show that all four LEDs go out once you break one LED. That's the turn signal. But watch this light right here and this light right here. Both of these will go out at the exact same time because once you mess with that LED, they all go out. See that? All 4 LEDs go out at the exact same time. And that's like they're so soft, they're like a bubble. But you can see right there's the little nub sticking out of the actual electronic part of the LED. It no longer has the glass capsule around it, or whatever it's made out of. I'm still not sure if it's plastic, glass, or what it is. It's a little bubble that's really fragile. So once that's out, all 4 of those go out at the same exact time. One more time.